who saw it coming, right? Like literally everybody except for Ten Hag, maybe.
I was so surprised. Like, did not see it coming at all. Like, maybe after I thought they forgot, or maybe I thought they had like some special clause in his contract where they can't sack him after the Porto game, after the Fenerbahce game, all these games. I really started to believe that like Voss has did a number on us by like putting some $1 break clause or some shit into it. Who would have thunk to like a crazy referee decision? It all came down to that. Like, if that wasn't there, the team was actually had momentum in their favor. We could have ended up with a 2-1 win or a 1-1 draw, which is even worse. TBH.
I mean, imagine if Amarin Balls actually succeeds, and like maybe like 10 years down the road, we have a Michael Oliver statue outside Old Trafford because of his stupid decision. Like, we were able to finally sack Ten Hag. And
but isn't that worrying though? Like, making these decisions on back of these results, but not on back of performances, right? Because Ten Hag would be justifiably sacked last season, even after without the FA Cup, and he should have been sacked and then should have started fresh, right? I mean, yeah, then we gave reasons. Okay, there are a lot of changes to be done in the club, a lot of things happening. So yeah, they kept him. But as Nihal was saying, if somehow the match kind of turned out in Man Utd's favor, would they have not sacked him? And that's very counterproductive, right? Because you've seen how the match goes, and you've seen how the result with Porto was, and results in general were against United, against Spurs, against Liverpool and Spurs. They should have sacked him during the international break based on that, and then just be done with it and went ahead with something else. But the fact that you're waiting for a result, and if this result didn't go the way they wanted to, basically, if West Ham lost the game, it's one more game, then it's one more game. And that, I don't know, I don't think that speaks highly of Ineos, to be honest. I mean, they are basically waiting for an opportunity instead of kind of taking the reins, sort of.
Yeah, this happened at Nice too, by the way, when they sort of took over. Sort of very similar mistakes. They took on a club, signed a bunch of good players that they thought were good players, and just things were not going how they wanted to go. And like the first 2 seasons were just horrible, and people were like, "What are you doing in this club?" And then finally started ticking, right? And I feel like the people they got in, right? All of them were on garden. We were literally gardening the whole summer while Ten Hag was going around spending the club's money. So there was nobody to be in there and sack. Like, Ratcliffe is, I think, on the board only. Like, he doesn't get involved on ops or anything else. So you need actually people in the club at the football level to make football decisions. I think that's what he said too. And we didn't have those. And like, who was going to sack? All the people that were going to sack him, we kicked out, right? I think, boys, we did do that. We cleared out all Rich Arnold and all the etceteras, right? So we were literally in a place where, do we have a preseason and get some players in, or do we like wait for people to come in and not do anything?
Right.
So if it costs 15 to 20 million of all the people they fired at United to literally take care of this. Literally, apparently they saved 20 million by firing all these like random people. We fired the club historian for some weird reason. Yeah, we brought these boys in. So I mean, it just had to happen. I'm not surprised that he's sacked, by the way. Like, a lot of fundamental mistakes observed, being tactically outclassed by random people in the Premier League. I mean, kudos to them, but just not good enough.
But like, the defense that you made doesn't make any sense though, because before the FA Cup they were talking to other people, they had meetings, even though they were on gardening leave. They actually went out and spoke to Tuchel. There are other available managers. Like, just the decision swayed their, like, just the result of the FA Cup swayed their decision to like keep them in. And that I don't think it could have been a very beautiful thing for him to like leave after the FA Cup. He would have had his last word. Club would have moved on, right? We would have had an entire preseason with a new manager, with the same manager. Amarim would have come in then too. Like, he was available last summer. Like, there's no reason for us to like not think. So that is where I think we just
I think exactly. And I think that's where I think Ineos need to be more kind of say that, okay, we need to kind of do this and then be done with that, right? I think they don't have to kind of wait for an opportune time. They need to kind of create the time themselves, because right now at this point I feel like this entire season is a write-off, right? I mean, this is a free hit for Amorim. However he plays, however his team plays, he needs to figure out the tactics and all. This season basically is pre-season for him to kind of figure out the players he wants and all that. So I think again, we don't have many expectations this season, but I think that's still time lost for United. Good for Liverpool fan, but
true.
I'd guess